Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Vidhya Biology Tutorials. Before going to the topic, please do subscribe to my channel Vidhya Biology Tutorials. And today we are going to discuss the video regarding the worksheet of digestive system. And regarding this digestive system, already I have done a video. If you want, you can watch the video. And if you don't want to skip any sort of the bit, please do not skip in the middle of the video and watch till the end. So now let's go to the topic. So here in this video we are going to discuss some of the bits regarding the digestive system in detail. So let's go to the first bit. Dash cavity shows the position of the salivary glands. Already I have explained, so just I am going through it. So here salivary glands. Where are the salivary glands present? Means the salivary glands are present in the buccal cavity. Where are the salivary glands present? The salivary glands are present in the buccal cavity. Okay, so the next bit is the human digestive system has various types of juices, digestive juices and digestive enzymes. So here the human digestive system is having various types of the digestive juices, like small intestinal juices will be there, pancreatic juices will be there, and enzymes will be there, like amylase enzymes, peptidase enzyme, trypsin. So like that number of enzymes are there. So here along with the digestive juices, some of the digestive enzymes are also there. The next bit is the acid present in the stomach is, so the acid that is present in the stomach is HCl. What is that acid? HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is acidic in nature. Okay, so you may get it out, if the acid is present in the stomach, how can the stomach survive, or how can we survive? You may get it out. Here, in order to prevent the action of the acid on the walls of the stomach, a specific layer will be present, and that specific layer is called as mucus layer. What is that layer called? Mucus layer. It prevents the action of the acid on the walls of the stomach. But what is the function of the acid in the stomach? Means if any microorganisms enter our body through the food we eat, so immediately the microorganisms will be killed by the acid. So the main function of the acid is to kill the harmful microorganisms. Next, going to the next bit. There are dash pairs of salivary glands. There are 3 pairs of salivary glands. How many pairs of salivary glands are there? 3 pairs. What are those 3 pairs? Means submaxillary glands, sublingual glands and parotid glands. So the submaxillary, sublingual glands will be present inside the buccal cavity, whereas the parotid glands will be present under the jaws. They will be present near to the jaws, and below the ears you can observe the parotid glands. Okay, so there are 3 pairs of the salivary glands. The next bit is cutting and crushing of food by teeth is called as that process is called as mastication. What is that process called? Mastication. So we are having 4 different types of the teeth, that are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Like that 4 different types of the teeth are there. In that 4 different types of the teeth, all the 4 different types of the teeth are useful for cutting down the food. The front teeth, that is incisors, are useful for cutting down the teeth. The canines are useful for tearing the flesh, and molars and premolars are useful for crushing and grinding the food material. So all these 4 activities together we call it as mastication. Next, going to the next bit. Saliva contains the enzyme amylase. What is its function? So here in our mouth we are having the saliva, and this saliva is having the enzyme called as ptyalin, or you can call it as salivary amylase also. Here what are they asking? Means what is the function of the amylase? The function of the amylase is to convert the carbohydrates into maltose. So complex carbohydrates, sometimes we may take starch into our body. So starch, in the sense complex carbohydrates can be taken into our body through the food we eat. So that complex carbohydrate should be broken down into simple carbohydrates so that they can be dissolved into the blood. So here that action will be done by the amylase. So whatever food we take, first initially the carbohydrates will be digested in the mouth itself by the action of the amylase. The amylase converts the carbohydrates into simple carbohydrate, that is maltose. Okay, going to the next question. What is the wave-like motion seen in esophagus called as? How is it useful to us? So the wave-like motion is called as nothing but we call it as peristaltic movement. Means here in the esophagus, the other name of the esophagus is food pipe. So here in the food pipe, what happens is there will be contraction and relaxation of the muscles. That contraction and relaxation of the muscles is called as peristaltic peristaltic movement. What is this movement? Means it is nothing but contraction and relaxation of the circular muscles that are present on the walls of the esophagus. And what is its function? Means it helps in passing the bolus from the mouth into the stomach. What is its function? Is the function is to pass the bolus from the mouth into the stomach. So how it will be passed? Means here we know that when we are eating the food will be converted to a ball like structure. It will be converted to a ball like structure. So by the mixing of the saliva and by the crushing by the teeth, the food changes into a ball like structure called as the bolus, and that bolus should be passed into the stomach. Who will pass it into the stomach? Means the esophagus helps in passing that bolus like structure into the stomach. Okay, so this bolus will be transferred to the stomach by the peristaltic movement that is observed by the esophagus. The esophagus helps in the peristaltic movement that helps in passing the bolus into the stomach, from mouth into the stomach. Okay, going to the next question. What is chyme? The partially digested food in the stomach is called as chyme. What is chyme? Nothing but partially digested food. The food in the stomach is not completely digested, but where you can observe the complete digestion of the food means the complete digestion of the food can be observed in the small intestine. Here in the stomach only the food is partially digested, and that partially digested food is called as chyme. Okay, going to the next question. Which is the longest part in the alimentary canal? Alimentary canal means nothing but digestive tract itself is called as alimentary canal. The small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Which is the longest part of the alimentary canal? The small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Next, going to the next question. Which glands secrete the enzyme into small intestine? So what are the glands that secrete the enzymes into the small intestine? Means, yeah, this is the answer. Liver and pancreas are the glands that release secretions into small intestine. What is the answer? Liver and pancreas. We know the largest gland in our body is liver and the second largest gland is pancreas. So here the liver and pancreas will be releasing their secretions into the small intestine. Through the duodenum, all will be going into the small intestine. Next, going to the next bit. The food in acidic pH in stomach converts to which pH level in small intestine? So we know that in the stomach the HCl gas is acid is produced. As the HCl acid is produced, the food in the stomach will be acidic in nature. But that acidic food, while going into the small intestine, it changes to alkaline food. How does it changes to alkaline nature? Means here due to the secretions of the liver and pancreas, it will be changed into alkaline nature. So that is the answer you can read. The pH level in the small intestine will be in alkaline or basic in nature by absorbing the secretion released by the liver and pancreas. So here while in the stomach the food will be in the acidic nature, but while going into the small intestine it changes to alkaline nature. How it changes to alkaline nature? Means the small intestine receives the secretions from the liver and pancreas. Due to the secretions that are released by liver and pancreas, the acidic natured food changes to alkaline nature before going into the small intestine. So that is the answer for this question. Next, going to the next question. What is the process of conversion of fat into small globules known as? So this process is called as emulsification. What is that process called? Emulsification. Here you can see the answer. Fats are converted into small globules by the bile juice secreted by the liver. We know that liver is not having any sort of the enzymes. It will release a juice called as bile juice. This bile juice helps in the conversion of the fat molecules into small globules that can be mixed up with the blood. That process of conversion is called as emulsification of fats. What is it called? Emulsification of fats. So the answer is emulsification. Going to the next last question. Draw a diagram of buccal cavity showing the position of the salivary glands. So here you have to draw the diagram of 3 pairs of salivary glands in the buccal cavity. We know that in the buccal cavity only the salivary glands are present. So this diagram you have to draw. You can see here palate is present, tongue is present, and salivary glands you can see. I said below the ears you can see the salivary glands, and under the tongue you can see the salivary glands. In the jaw also you can see the salivary glands, and this is the epiglottis. Epiglottis is a flap-like structure that is present in between the pharynx and larynx. So these all completely I have explained in detail in the video related to the digestion. If you want, you can go and watch the video. So I think you have understood this worksheet. If you are having any doubts, comment me, I'll answer to your questions. And thank you. If you like the video, please do subscribe to my